Welcome, Jeff. Thanks so much for coming tonight. And I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about Arca and what you guys do.
Sure, thanks. Arca is an asset management firm focused on the crypto and blockchain industry. We are basically split our company into two different divisions, one of which is investing in crypto as an asset class, where we're taking advantage of the digital tokens and assets and equities and blockchain companies that exist today. And the other division is a product innovation arm, where we are developing new blockchain-based investment products.
And so what's your personal opinion about the ecosystem at the moment in the blockchain space? Someone just told me today that we're entering a crypto winter. Is that correct?
Well, I think the crypto winter has been lasting for almost over a year now, I guess. So it's certainly, I think the industry is deleveraging a little bit. I think it's definitely contracting. There are certainly some growing pains in the industry where some of the projects that maybe were a little too fast and too loose with what they were trying to do are now getting a dose of reality with what really the pace of where we are right now. But certainly the outlook for digital ledger technology specifically and blockchain and to some extent the crypto currencies is still very favorable. I mean, there is so much adoption, there is so much institutional interest right now in blockchain that there's no doubt in my mind that the overall size of this pie is growing. I think the question marks are still where that value ultimately accrues to.
And what are the main issues that you see at the moment that we have to get over? I know that it really has jumped the chasm. I've been following Bitcoin since 2008 when the crash happened, and never saw anything like what happened at the end of 2017 and beginning of 2018. Great that it's jumped the chasm, but I guess now we all have to build something solid.
Sure.
So I was wondering what you see as the main obstacles and challenges.
Well, I think the biggest challenge right now is that this is still a giant experiment. I mean, there's nothing fully proven right now that can give you 100% confidence that this is not going to go away in some capacity. That being said, I think we're far enough along here that the proof of concept is there, and we know that there are certain aspects of blockchain and the crypto assets and digital assets that come with it that are going to survive this, quote unquote, crypto winter. So right now, I think the onus is really on the projects and the teams and the companies that are building within the space to, one, earn back the trust of some people who have maybe lost that trust over the last couple of years. And lost money, certainly, sure. And also to continue to work on usability. There's a great study a couple of years ago that talked about if you look at the equity market cap of companies that had a real focus on UI and UX, really working on the usability for consumers, they greatly outperformed the equities of companies that did not put as much focus on that. So I think the same can be applied to blockchain and to crypto, in that if the industry really focuses on making this easier for people to use, not necessarily easier to understand, but easier to use, I think that's really going to send us into that next level of where everybody's hoping blockchain is headed in terms of adoption.
I also heard that it's education about the space is really necessary now because so many people don't really understand it, and I'm obviously inundated with it all, but I again don't feel like I understand it totally. So where do you think we're going as far as the future?
Well, I think the education thing you mentioned is actually really important to come back to, because realistically, I don't think everybody needs to be educated, right? I mean, most people don't know what happens when you hit send on an email. They don't really understand what happens that makes my communication get from me to you when I hit send, right? They just want it to make sense and it to be easy and for it to serve a purpose. Yes. So education is probably less important long term as it is right now. You need education today because you need to continue to attract investment dollars, and you need that capital formation that helps build the companies and the infrastructure that ultimately gets us to that usability. Yeah. But for the average person who will ultimately be affected and who will use blockchain in day-to-day world, I'm not sure you really need to educate them so much as you need to make it appealing to them.
And make it usable, as you said. Yeah, that's pretty good sense. Well, look, thanks so much for coming tonight, and I'm really looking forward to the panel. I'm sure it's going to be great. Hopefully there won't be a huge storm outside.
Well, hopefully we'll be safe inside, but I'm looking forward to it as well.
Okay. Thanks so much.